The moment we've all been waiting for. Most importantly, the moment Islam Makhachev has been waiting for. In this video, we'll be going over why Islam didn't follow Khabib's footsteps and why he never wanted to be like him. And on top of that, a moment Makhachev has looked forward to his entire life. So with no further delay, let's get right into it. To start with, Islam was Islam right from the get-go. Coach Mendes stated that being like Khabib Nurmagomedov was never Makhachev's goal or inspiration, and he never tried to replicate him. Given their tight bond and similar fighting methods, it seems logical for Islam Makhachev to be considered Khabib's successor, right? The two lightweights have used similar sets of strategies in the cage with a physically intimidating grappling style that frequently results in them pummeling their opponents to the ground. Not just that, Nurmagomedov also serves as Makhachev's mentor and coach. Plus, he's regarded as the best lightweight in UFC history. But still, Makhachev will get the opportunity to begin his title reign when he competes against Charles Oliveira in the main event of UFC 280 on Saturday. Amidst these apparent parallels, Makhachev hasn't ever felt that he was required to live up to Khabib's legacy, according to coach Javier Mendez. He added that even in his earlier days, he never tried to copy Khabib. Mendez told the MMA Hour, Islam was Islam right from the get-go, implying that he knew what he had to do. The Golden Boy has been sure of his path. And yeah, he has Khabib to look forward to, but he's never trying to fill his shoes. Our boy needed his own identity from the beginning, and to be fair, who's stopping him? Following up, let's hear more from the coach. Mendez believes that although Makhachev and Nurmagomedov are not biologically related, they are as close as brothers, yet they possess quite distinct personalities. There's no greater evidence than the way the 31-year-old portrays himself, especially mentioning things he adores pursuing when he isn't competing. For example, Mendez pointed out the fact that Islam does not have slogans. He doesn't even have many memorable quotes. What Khabib used to do isn't something that Islam's interested in. They couldn't be further apart. Islam is a man of adventure. In terms of activity outside of combat, he resembles more of a cowboy. He adores activities like riding horses and off-roading. Man is so sure of himself that he refuses to even have a nickname. So much so that Mendez tried giving Makhachev a nickname for a while, but refused. No coach, my name is Islam. The coach gave up after a few tries. If there's one aspect that they unquestionably have in common, it's the spotlight they've received as they've risen through the ranks. Makhachev, who's now on a 10-fight winning run, has already been predicted as a future champion well before his bout with Oliveira. Mendez recognized this talent the moment Makhachev stepped foot in his San Jose, California gym. Let's be honest, guys, if you watched his initial fights, you must have noticed that the guy was different, or was it just us? He kinda showed it right away that he was gifted and had that championship DNA. All that he needed back then was time and experience. Look at him now. Moving on, the perfect student. What more could a teacher ask for? The coach praised Islam, calling him the perfect student. And hey, he puts in the effort and knows what he's doing, and is well aware of what he wants. The guy is simply flawless. Mendez said that Islam is very considerate of other people. Mendez will not discuss strategy about how Makhachev and Oliveira line up, but he seems to appreciate the matchup. Mendez assures Makhachev has a lot more tools in his inventory should he decide to use them at UFC 280. The 31-year-old has frequently been known for his unforgiving grappling and powerful strikes, but Mendez says that's not all there is to him. Let's talk about Oliveira being the underdog. The upcoming event in Abu Dhabi, the main event of UFC 280, will feature Makhachev versus Oliveira for the vacant lightweight title. Makhachev's mentor, Khabib, will be in his corner. In October 2020, after retiring unbeaten and vacating his lightweight title, Nurmagomedov hailed Makhachev as a future champion. In his previous 3 title fights, Oliveira had defeated Justin Gaethje, Dustin Poirier, and Michael Chandler. Still, Nurmagomedov believes Makhachev is at his peak and seems like a superior fighter all around. In an interview with UFC Russia, Nurmagomedov stated that according to him, Islam is much more skillful than Oliveira. He said that Islam was at his peak and has plenty of experience and that he wasn't some young fighter. Islam just turned 31. Happy belated birthday, Makhachev. Any athlete may benefit from this age period. Your mental and bodily states ought to be in harmony at this time. Most athletes in their early 30s perform at their peak. Khabib has said that even through all the confidence, the team still isn't too proud to neglect Oliveira. He still poses some danger. But hey, they definitely must work on it, right? Keeping all things aside, Khabib said that Islam was gonna roll over him. Despite having more championship experience, the betting odds are not in his favor. Oliveira is listed as a plus 140 underdog by Tipico Sportsbook, while Makhachev is listed as a minus 180 betting preference. Not to forget, a moment he's been waiting for. Not just Islam, but the moment we've all been waiting for. Islam Makhachev has maintained a cheeky attitude regarding his progress across across the ranks, the opponents stationed opposite to him within the ring, and what each succeeding win might mean to him over the previous several years as he's made his way to the top of the lightweight category. The rising contender let his guard down a little as he's getting ready to battle Charles Oliveira for the lightweight championship in UFC 280 in Abu Dhabi. He spoke a bit more regarding what the current stage of his life meant to him. "This means a lot, man, because how many years?" He looked back on his career. While counting the number of years he spent training to be the best in the game, he gazed into a blank space and said, "I don't know, 7, 8 years old I began in sports, and I've been training all my life." We could tell that he was excited to be where he is currently, a moment he had been waiting for his whole life. Coming up, Islam Makhachev isn't scared. Makhachev has already decided that he'll try to end Oliveira by knocking him to the ground. Islam Makhachev is certain that the fight against Charles Oliveira will succeed wherever it goes. Although his opponent has the most victories by submission and finishes overall, the Sambo champion doesn't appear fazed. His last 3 of 4 opponents, they knock him down and nobody goes to grappling. Makhachev said that nobody had ever even tried to harm Oliveira in the ring in an interview with The National. No one has even used ground and pound. Islam said that since he's good in Sambo, he wasn't intimidated by Charles's jiu-jitsu abilities. Not only that, but Makhachev is powerful at grappling. Islam intends to surpass Charles's record high in finishes. What's more, he's everyone's favorite. Recently, Makhachev was discussed by American Kickboxing Academy's head coach Javier Mendez, who commended his striking skills. And without hesitation, he referred to Islam as the most well-rounded lightweight of all time. Oliveira has already submitted Justin Gaethje and knocked out Michael Chandler, demonstrating that he's more than just a threat on the ground. Oliveira, entering their battle with an aura of invincibility, was recognized by Makhachev despite his confidence in himself. Charles is very dangerous, according to Islam, but not to forget that Islam is confident in himself and his skills. In short, he's ready for whatever Oliveira brings. Anyway, Makhachev doesn't think of this fight as his biggest test yet. He said he might have taken down guys who were more skillful than Oliveira. But hey, he's the champion and at a moment in his career where he's unstoppable with no one getting in his way right now. Things might still go Oliveira's way, but Islam thinks he's going to be the one who will come out on top on 22nd October, finishing up similar roads. Makhachev's journey had many similarities to the latter half of Oliveira's climb to the top of the lightweight division, and Islam has respect for the opponent because of their common resolve and drives to keep moving ahead no matter what. He had a hard way to the title, and Islam knows Charles is going to be ready. He showed his respect to Oliveira, saying that he earned the place with hard work, while also praising Khabib, who has always had his proteges back. He said that he pushes him a lot for the title fight. "We're training so hard right now because he knows a big fight is coming up," said Islam. And because of that training, Makhachev is ready for whatever this weekend throws his way. That's a wrap for today's video. Who do you think will win on Saturday? Let us know in the comments below. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and make sure you're subscribed. Having said that, see you in the next one. Peace.